We are familiar with the term Lamb of God and sacrifice. And this was very common in the Old Testament and in Jesus' time in the New Testament, and in many cultures where sheep are present and part of the culture. And I can include at least rural Australia. You're with Mission Live. This is Roger from the MSC Mission Office. I want to talk today about perhaps places that don't know sheep, who haven't traditionally had sheep. And then how do we bring in the concept of a Lamb of God and the sacrifice and all that relates to Jesus' sacrifice on the cross in the Eucharist. In Papua New Guinea, the predominant animal is the pig. And the pig is very important. And if you have an important occasion, you must kill a pig. I've been told that by Chief. Father, you must kill a pig. I think I've told you that story before. I want to show you some pictures of what we did with the pigs. This is at a conference we had in 2017 in Goroka in Papua New Guinea. It was an enculturation seminar, and it was about asking the people how they understand themselves as Christians, as Catholics, and how we can bring the truth, the gospel and the life of the church into the people. So for this seminar, we had to kill a pig. Otherwise, it would not be an important event. So we got the pig, as you can see there, and then if the pig was killed and butchered and cut up into pieces to be shared. And this is an important part about it, it's the sharing, eating together. Then additional to that, we had tobacco, which is that dried leaf there on the paper, and betel nut. These two are important things in the culture also. And these were divided up. And we had counted how many persons and groups needed to have a share in this. Added to that was the food. That the food that we had gathered up or bought at the market was divided out, shared out equally, and according to the size of the group. Then these were put together. So you had in sections the food, the betel nut, the tobacco and the pig, and these were all shared out. Then one of the priests, who was also a traditional man of tradition with prayer and celebration, did an appropriate celebratory blessing dance around the food and everything to be shared. And another chief was there to supervise and to see that things were done fairly and things were done properly. And then the main chief there called out people's names in the groups so that they could share in the food. And so this was how the sharing was done. And then each person in each group came and took their share, and then they were able to go away and cook it and eat together. So it's a communal thing. So I've often joked with people and thought, well, if we say the Lamb of God, Papua New Guineans and perhaps many Pacific people don't know about sheep. They do now in modern times, but traditionally no, they had no sheep. So should we perhaps say the pig of God instead of the Lamb of God? I don't think that would go over and become usual, but it is a fact that in Papua New Guinea, I know anything that is important, any important event, must kill a pig. If there's a marriage, a death, someone is made a chief, even if we are opening a school or a hospital or a meeting that is important, like some of the meetings I've had, like the seminars that we've run, if they're considered to be an important event, we must kill a pig. If not, it's not a real event. It's just a gathering. So this is an important factor in the lives and the culture of the people. So we have to take note of this in being able to bring the truth of the gospel and the life of the church into that culture. And there's many other things like that, and I've spoken before about language. How do we translate language, things into another language where there may not be any concept of that thing in the language? For instance, modern things like, cars, trucks, radios, guitars, penicillin and any of these things, they're not translated. The English is used, or whatever language it's coming from. So this is another aspect of being mission, and if you go on mission, and we know now today in Australia, our culture is changing with the modern times and with the presence of many different cultures within our culture, the multicultural society. So we have to be thinking, how do we translate the gospel truths into a language and a way of speaking that everybody can understand? Let's continue our work of mission. Thank you.